All right, so let's go ahead and do this because there's literally nothing else to do. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock or unless you've been Jared Leto.
What?
We're going through some crazy times right now in the world, and it's a little scary, it's a little anxious-worthy, but for the most part, things have been a catastrophe. All right, that's also a brash exaggeration. There has been, good things and bad things to come about this, but definitely the one that's getting the most mixed feelings is this social distancing, which is probably the reason why I'm making this video in the first place, because I've exhausted all other options to do at home, and I figured, hey, why not spark some conversation between me and beautiful internet people. By the way, my name's Adam. I'm from Queens, New York. I'm a product designer, musician, aspiring filmmaker, script writer. I occasionally like to wear hats, and I occasionally wear glasses. This is crazy because I have contacts on, so this is horrible. But anyway, and occasionally I wear both. But today, just going solo. Actually a little upset because I slept on these, so they're actually a little crooked, right? I feel like it's slightly going this way. Anyway, when this quarantining or social distancing thing is over, I'll go get them adjusted. But yeah, so that's me. I did want to talk about an article that I came across that related to a situation I was in just a couple of days ago. I had been in the grocery store and it was emptied, obviously. Racks completely void of product. I'm going down the aisles and I see an older woman struggling, so I do help her out. A lot of the things that she was looking for, she was looking for chicken sausage, which was sold out. So I broke it to her. I told her there's no chicken sausage here, but there's, I don't know, Spam. So it just had me thinking. It sort of sparked this conflict in my head between compassion and self-preservation. Where do the two meet, and how exactly do we find the balances, and where's that line that we draw? Because during these times, it seems very evident that a lot of people have taken the primal instinct of self-preservation, which is why there's no food, which is why there's no Lysol, there's no Purell, there's no toilet paper, right? We don't know how that happened, but it did. And, we seem to be lacking this sense of compassion for other people, for those who are, not fortunate enough to be young and, go to the grocery store at, I don't know, any given time of day. So it's something that we maybe let slip our minds, but it's equally as important. And I think they're both qualities of us as a human species. So this sense of empathy, this sense of compassion, it's as primal as self-preservation. We do want to survive. There is this sense of Darwinism, right? Evolution, traits that all exist within our consciousness, but sometimes one becomes a little more prevalent than the other. Where is that line? Where is that distinction? So I stumbled across this article. Well, it's not really an article. It was a tweet from Humans of New York. I want to read it to you, and I don't want to butcher it. So it's Brandon from Humans of New York, right? And he wrote something really powerful, and it's something that really resonated with me, especially going to the grocery store. Quote, right? "Something is coming. This isn't a philosophical debate. It's not a math problem, and it doesn't require a calculator. The worst of what we're seeing across the globe will soon be here. Like most people, I've been consumed with the instinct of self-preservation. I've been trying to figure out how to best protect my family. These feelings tend to swell during times of fear and anxiety, but as a storyteller, I'm also feeling a different instinct. I think this will be our generation's world war. Hopefully this war will be short, hopefully it will pass in a single season. But regardless, for a time, the entire world will be at war. The one fortunate twist is that all of us will be fighting a common enemy. As with all wars, each of us will be remembered by our behavior during this time. What instinct did we embrace? The instinct of self-preservation or the instinct of compassion?" So this was something that really sparked a debate in my head with me, myself, and I. And I figured, you know what, instead of being a crazy person having conversations with myself, let me just, let me go ahead and ask the world. How do we become conscious enough to find that distinction? You know, do we need to stock up so much on toilet paper? Do we really need to stock up so much on food? You know, perishable goods, non-perishable goods, excuse me. Or should we really take into consideration those less fortunate than us, or those who aren't able-bodied enough to go out and buy these products? You know, I think it's equally as important as self-preservation, this sense of empathy and compassion, because that's a human trait as well. Since we're on the topic of compassion, empathy, and basic human decency, let's talk about the president. Someone took a picture of his speech, and it reminds me of like my parents' cell phones, where they have the font literally like this big. So his speech is printed out on literally like Arial size 102, and you can see every word clearly. So where it was written coronavirus, he actually scratched it off and wrote Chinese virus. This is a tactic that's very divisive. You're making a point to make a divide. And someone who's a beacon of unity, right, a beacon of liberty and freedom in the United States, it's not a good look. This is a virus that's not attacking or is not affecting just Chinese people, or it's not a virus that's specifically, you know, contracted from Chinese people. You know, this is a thing that affects human beings. And just like, you know, HIV in the 80s, where people were sort of, you know, saying it was a gay virus or it only affected gay men. It created this unnecessary divide. It affected people. And if this current events today are affecting my friends, you know, my Asian friends who are going to work, they take the subway, they're getting crazy looks from the train. Like, that's insane. A lot of them are actually healthcare professionals, the people that are on the front line during this whole thing, and they're getting crazy dirty looks. I think it all plays a role, you know? Verbiage and vocabulary is extremely important. We have to understand that the words that we say have meaning and affect people. We're all in this together, so we need to stay home, quarantine yourselves if you're feeling sick, social distance yourself from your friends, your family. I know it's tough, but we're doing this for each other. Let's all play our parts, and let's fucking nip this shit in the bud, because, I mean, I'm gonna be doing a lot more of these videos because I have nothing else to do. That's a lie. I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of personal projects I work on, but this is something that is nice to do, and it's nice to converse with someone new. That's you. You're the new person. So please subscribe to my channel. I don't know. Am I even allowed to say that yet? This is just the first video. You don't know what I have to offer. I mean, this is what I do. So hopefully one of these videos that I make in the future grasps your attention, and we're able to engage, you know, converse, relate, or argue. Not argue, debate. So yeah, subscribe anyway. I mean, what do you have to lose? Nothing, just do it. Thanks a lot, y'all, and stay safe out there, and positivity and unity for everybody. By the way, I know the kissing thing is Shane Dawson's. You know, I'm not trying to steal that. I don't know how else to end these things, so.
What? Wise guy, huh?